Good morning, beautiful people. It is a little different day today. This morning I am out and about and I am about to go hike up a little mountain here. I was going to make the video on the hike, but it is extremely windy this morning. I tested my microphone and it sounds absolutely terrible. So I'm kneeling down next to my car. So the wind isn't blowing so much, and making a quick video for you guys while I stretch out and hold a squat for y'all. So let's go over the quote. The quote is today: the universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything you want is already there. So that is by Rumi. I don't know who that is. Somebody. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, the universe is not outside of us. All right? Our world is inside of us. Whatever we want in life, whatever we desire, is coming from within. Right? So everything that we have is inside of us. Such a good quote. Today we're going to be talking about mental health. Tomorrow, I believe, as well. Just a little bit different aspects of it. How do we practice mindfulness and go over mental health, and some tips, some strategies, some things to do, what to do for living a nice, mindful, taking care of our mental health. There's plenty of things that's easier said than done, but I've been doing over the years, and I've noticed a huge increase in my mental health. And one of them is reading. I don't read. Obviously, I read to educate. I read that, but I also read because it calms me down. It makes me feel good afterwards. It just relaxes me. So I'll read. I'm learning a lot. And I never enjoyed reading, and tried the 75 Hard Challenge, and I never even enjoyed reading the first little bit. I went through a different book, and I found a book and something that I can relate it to, something that I learned from. And the minute I did that, I really started enjoying reading. I really started to enjoy reading, and ever since I've been reading books for the past few years, ever since that challenge. And I love reading. Plays out good. Another is meditation. I'll meditate, and what I do with meditation is just try to clear my mind. Just focus on counting my breathing, counting my steps, and so forth. So meditation plays a big role. I'm not big on other types of meditation other than just trying to not think at all, trying to stop my mind from wandering. I'm one of those people, maybe ADHD, whatever, that just my mind is always constantly wandering, constantly pondering, constantly just going off. So to be able to just sit there and count, and sometimes I go to the sauna. I love doing my meditation in the sauna. I'm not, I have not researched any of these weird things that people talk about. A lot of people are a lot more advanced in this area than I am. I just like to go to the sauna and take about 5 minutes, and I'll just count to 300 as slow as I can. It probably takes more than 5 minutes, but that's just something that I absolutely love doing. Cold showers is another one that I have been doing, or maybe ice baths is very popular right now. But I'll take a cold shower, and it is painful. I hate cold water. I absolutely hate taking cold showers, but every now and then I'll take a cold shower and I get a real sense of dopamine release, and I start to feel like I'm high almost. It's a similar feeling of memory of me getting high. When I used to get high, I'd take a cold shower and it's like, it's like it releases that same type of chemical. And another one is exercise. The big thing for your mental health is exercise. That is a proven study. To push yourself, to feel good about it, to go above your limits, to get the blood flowing, to get the mind flowing. Exercise. It breaks down to doing things that you don't necessarily want to do. Right? You kind of don't want to do something. Your body says you need it, so that you need to do something. Right? So the universe is telling you I want to. It's like that little society, like, I could be lazy today, that temptation. And it's about you saying, you know what, no, I'm going to do what I know I need to do. And that's the reward right there, right? So let's talk about crypto. The crypto today is what is the process of mining. We're going to talk a little bit about the technical side of crypto. So if you know Bitcoin, there's a lot of what's called POW, or proof of work. It is a mechanism of how the blockchain functions, and that is mining, right? So when you're thinking of like a gold miner digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, and they got to do a bunch of work, and then bam, they find gold, and that's proof of work, right? So gold is a proof of work. You have to prove of work in order to find the reward. Same thing with blockchain or Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work. And so how this mining works is there's a really difficult math problem, and there's computers all over the world trying to guess the answer to it. And eventually a computer will guess the answer. And if there's a lot of computers guessing the answer, then the math problem is going to be even more difficult. If there's a very few amount of computers trying to guess the answer, then the problem is going to be less difficult. So the more computers are coming around, the more difficult this problem gets to solve. And that's just kind of how the mining process works. So the more computers we have online, the more secure the network is, the harder it is to solve. However, it will be solved on average around 10 minutes. Sometimes it gets solved or guessed a little bit earlier than that. And then once it gets solved, they process the transactions in that time frame. It gets time-stamped onto the blockchain, and then the next block will be tried to be solved. And then the miners, all these computers fighting to find the answer, if they get the answer, they get the mining reward. They get the block reward. So what is the block reward in Bitcoin? Well, it is Bitcoin. You get Bitcoin. And we know the reward, we know the inflation, the amount of Bitcoin that's going to be mined on average every 10 minutes. We know what that is. And every 4 years, they have what's called the halving. And the halving is not all the coins going to have, the price going to have. It's the reward that gets cut in half. So right now, the reward, actually a few months ago, the reward was 6.25 Bitcoin. Every 10 minutes, 6.25 Bitcoin, somebody won as a reward for solving the problem. And then in April, they had the halving. The halving dropped the reward to 3.125. Why? It got cut in half. So every 10 minutes, 3.125 Bitcoin comes onto the market, roughly. All right, and we know this, and in equivalent to 200,000 blocks, which is about 4 years, we will have another halving, and that will go to 1.6 whatever, 750. All right, so that is how the halving works. That is kind of how the mining reward works and mining works. Now, there is one thing to understand. Not all blockchains use a proof of work mechanism that uses energy, that uses computer computation power. Some blockchains are what's called POS, and that is proof of stake. And so what it does is it takes tokens, or it takes coins that are already on the blockchain, and stake them. You have to have a consensus of coins that are already on the market, staked, can't move, and those are going to work. You still need nodes, you still need computer, you still need computational power to process all the data, to verify the blockchain, and so forth. But there's actual not fighting over the computation mechanism. It's more of a stake. So you have to buy into it with a stake of coin, and that is what's fighting for the rewards. And it's not even a reward. Normally on a proof of stake model, everybody gets rewarded. So you put a certain amount of coins in, every block you'll get a certain amount of coins back, and it's such a fractional amount that every reward is very minimal, but over time it does add up. So there's two types of way that a blockchain kind of works or puts data onto the blockchain securely through these computer modules. Normally one is a proof of work and the other is a proof of stake. Anyway, it's about that 10-minute mark. Time to go for a hike. Love y'all. Peace.